What's going on, everyone? It is Dennis here, and in today's video I wanted to do a quick unboxing of this bad boy right here. It is the Sony A6400. It's a camera that I've had my eyes on for quite some time now. For those of you that watch my channel, you know that my primary camera has been the Sony A6400 Mark V. It's actually the camera I'm recording on right now, and it's been a beast of a camera. I took it on a trip to Disneyland and got some great footage there. I used it for a pub crawl and got some really cool footage there. I even used it for a sit-down video where I unboxed a Zhiyun Crane M2 gimbal. I thought it turned out pretty good. So with that being said, this camera is amazing. It is probably my all-time favorite camera. But there are three aspects of this camera that I wish could be improved. Number one, it's not a very rugged camera. It is pretty delicate. It's not weather sealed at all, so it's not splash proof or dust proof. Number two is that there's no mic jack on this camera. You're limited to the internal microphones. Don't get me wrong, the internal mics of this camera are actually awesome. They're really crisp and they're really clear. It's kind of omnidirectional, so no matter where you're shooting, you're going to be picking up other people's conversation and hearing what's going on over here, what's going on behind the camera, what's going on way over there. It kind of gets confusing when you're recording video. You're going to hear different sounds coming from different areas. Number three, this is just a point and shoot camera, so you're stuck with the 24 to 70 focal range or zoom range of this camera, which is a pretty good general purpose zoom range, but I really miss getting a wider field of view. With that being said, those three aspects I think are going to be remedied by me using the Sony A6400. It seems a little more rugged, I think, than the A6400 Mark V. It is weather sealed, so it is splash proof and dust proof. Weird thing though is the kit lens that comes with this camera, whether it be the 16 to 50 or the 18 to 135, those aren't weather sealed lenses. I'm not sure what Sony's thinking about, but at least the camera body's weather sealed, so that's a plus. Number two, it does have a mic jack, so I can throw in my Rode Video Micro, which is a shotgun microphone, and just point to what audio I want to be getting, and it's pretty reliable. Number three, this is an interchangeable lens camera. It takes the E-mount lenses, and there are a plethora of lenses that you can choose from, and I'm probably not going to be picking up a whole bunch of lenses. This 16 to 50 kit lens, because it is an APS-C sensor, there's a crop factor, so it's more equivalent to a 24 to 70, just like the A6400 Mark V, which, like I said, is a good general purpose zoom range. But one thing that I've really missed in my vlogs is being able to have that wide field of view, just like in the GoPro Hero 7 Black. And I still have that camera. It's a great camera. It's probably one of my favorite cameras, but it really lacks in the image quality department, and it also lacks being able to make those minor tweaks here and there just to get the image exactly the way you want it. So with the A6400, my ultimate goal is to pick up the 10 to 18 millimeter wide angle lens. That seems to be the most sought after wide angle lens for the E-mount series and also for vlogging. So that's my ultimate goal, is to actually pick one of those up, and when I do get one, I will do a video of it. I'm sorry I'm doing a bunch of rambling. Let's get to the unboxing. As a disclaimer, I just want to let everyone know that I did not buy this brand new. I actually purchased it secondhand. Pretty much everything that I buy for this channel is secondhand because I am on a budget. So if you were to buy this new, it's definitely not going to have the same accessories that are in this. The previous owner actually included a bunch of extra stuff, which was really nice. So I have two cameras set up. I have the A6400 Mark V here, and then the GoPro Hero 7 Black, which is going to get kind of the close-up shots here. This is the top of the box. I don't know why Sony likes this whole color scheme of black and then orange. This is pretty much the same color scheme that was on my A6400 Mark V box. But you see a picture of the camera body with the lens. You go to the front, you see pretty much the same thing, this time with the camera body with the APS-C sensor exposed, and then the lens there, and showing that it is E-mount. Let's go over to this side. This is showing the different accessories available. This little section right here will actually show you what is supplied in the box, and like I said, this is pre-owned, so everything in the box is probably going to be different than if you were to buy this brand new. It would come with the AC adapter, the rechargeable battery pack, which is the NP-FW50. It would come with the micro USB cable, shoulder strap, which I know did not come with this, but shoulder strap, eyepiece cup, and the standard zoom lens, which happens to be the 16-50 kit lens. So that's this side. This is the back, showing 24.2 megapixels, APS-C sensor. ISO is 100 to 32,000, 11 frames per second. Phase detection, 425 autofocus points, which is really awesome. Real-time autofocus, real-time tracking, silent shooting, and touch focus shutter. So pretty cool. And you got all the other features here. This is the back. I'm going to block out the serial number just to be safe. On the bottom of the box. So let's go ahead and open up the box. So this did not come with any actual instructions besides this little quick startup guide. And from what I've been told is you can actually go online and either download the manual, or there's some cool like help guides that actually are a little bit more in depth than just actually using the actual manual itself. So that's kind of cool. All right, so let's get into what would normally come in the box. So you would get a Sony battery, and you would get a charging cable, and the camera itself can actually be charged via the USB plug, which is nice if you're traveling. So the USB cable. Whoops. It will also come with the charging plug, I guess. Charging plug. Eyepiece. So this kind of gives you a little bit of the, when you want to hold the camera up to your eye, it's a nice rubber type of thing instead of just the bare plastic. So normally, like the box says, is you would also get a shoulder strap, which this did not come with, which is fine because I already have a strap that I've been using with the RX100 Mark 5A, so that's totally fine. But let's get to the main attraction. There are some other accessories in here, but I'm gonna get to those later. This always comes in a nice, cool little protective wrap or whatever the hell this is. Kind of cool. So this is, don't mind the eyebrows that I threw onto here. They're actually not eyebrows, they're little wind muffs. The microphones on the A6400 actually happen to be right here. So when you're vlogging, it's kind of directly in front of you. And these are little micro muffs that I decided to throw onto the camera. I have the same ones on the RX100 Mark 5A, and they perform, pretty well. They're not perfect, but it definitely helps to dampen the wind noise that you normally get when you're out and about. So this is the camera body. This is the 16-50 kit lens. The Sony A6400 and the A6000 series cameras have an APS-C sensor, so they're not full frame. So there is a 1.5 crop. So the 16-50 technically converts to 24 to 75 millimeter for the zoom range. So nice, really compact lens, especially for that zoom range. That's actually pretty good. And it's a 3.5 to 5.6 for the aperture, and it's got this little cool zoom ring here that actually is pretty cool. And you can also zoom in this way as well. So you can either use the toggle switch or the zoom ring here. And then you have the A6400 Insignia 4K. I'm not sure what that means. You got little cold shoe / hot shoe right there. This would be the pop-up flash. Kind of cool, and then you can actually bounce it as well. You got your dial here, and then I guess this is a dial that you would use to customize for either a shutter speed or aperture or whatever else you would want to do. Customizable button right here, shutter button, on and off switch, and then the grip on this is really nice. It's really comfortable. Like, I have medium-sized hands, and for me, it's pretty comfortable. I can hold this for several hours, and it's not a very heavy camera. It's actually pretty light. It's something I could just carry, walk around with. NFC, so that we can instantly transfer stuff to your smartphone. You got the record button here. It's in a weird spot, and it's a weird tiny little one, but it's almost in the same spot as the RX100's record button, so that's kind of nice. If I'm vlogging, I can just reach around and know that it's there. You can also customize one of these buttons to be your record button. Viewfinder, and you can see it's the little weird, it's kind of a hard plastic, so you would throw this on here if you plan to take a lot of photos and you decide to use the viewfinder. I would recommend throwing that on there. That was the flash button, menu button, autofocus, manual focus, and auto exposure lock, so you can switch between the two. And cool thing about this button here is you can actually press that and it will switch between autofocus and manual focus, so it's pretty nice. Function button, you got your selection wheel here and a little selection button there. Trash button, which also acts as a customizable button here. You can technically customize a lot of these buttons here in the menu system. You got the button here to look at your pictures. So then you got your battery door, which also houses the memory card. Pretty nice, pretty snazzy. And then you got your tripod thing here. So this side of the camera, you have this little door for your microphone jack, your, I guess that's a micro HDMI, and then the micro USB. I think that's what they're called. So this is where you would basically plug in the camera to charge it, and then this would be your output for whatever monitor you have, and then this would be the input for the microphone. So nice, cool little door here. Everything's all on this side here. So the main thing that is really pushing for the A6400, which really got me to want it, aside from all the really cool features that it has, is I wanted to also use it for vlogging. So this now has a flip-up screen. So pretty nice. So this is it from the side. Pretty cool. And you know, it's pretty compact. It's almost similar to the RX100 Mark 5A, but it's definitely cool for vlogging. People complain about, you know, can't put a shotgun microphone where the hot shoe is because it'll be blocked. One of the cool things that the previous owner threw in is this cool small rig relocation plate. So you'd pop this off. This would go into the cold shoe. That slides in. But it basically relocates the hot shoe or the cold shoe over to here, thus no longer blocking the selfie screen. And it's nice, it doesn't take up too much room. There are other small rig cages that kind of do the same thing, but I didn't feel like I needed a cage for this setup. So this is what it would look like with it on the small rig relocation plate. Pretty snazzy, pretty nice. Along with the other things that the previous owner included was a third-party, I guess it's RAV power, battery pack, dual charging battery pack here, so pretty nice here. And then also he included two third-party rave power 2 batteries as well, which is really cool. So yeah, so that was everything that I got when I purchased this camera. All right, cue the outro. This camera is amazing. I know there's the A6600 out now, but I don't think the features are that much improved. Yeah, it has IBIS, but if you compare the IBIS to optical steady shot in these lenses, it doesn't really make a difference. I think the optical steady shot looks better. Also, I don't like that Sony removed the pop-up flash in the A6600. You still get that here. It's nice to have that in the camera, so I don't know why they took it out in the A6600. I can't wait to use this camera. As far as the A6400 goes, I know that this is an awesome camera. I'm so excited to use it, and it's gonna serve me well. I know that for a fact. I'm super psyched. I guess you could say I went full on like Sony fanboy, because I don't know, I was so impressed with the RX100 Mark V's 315 or 325 phase detect autofocus. That phase detect autofocus is a beast. It's fucking crazy. So this one has 425, so definitely upgrade. It has the autofocus tracking, so this is going to be mind-blowing. I can't wait to shoot videos with this. So anyways, if you like this video, if you enjoyed it, if you found it helpful at all, please leave a like, leave any comments you have, think about subscribing. That's pretty much it, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. I'll see you next time. Bye, guys. Whew.